Hello, everybody. My name's Rick McCutcheon. I'm a Dynamics 365 MVP, and I'm here today on a partner talk with Lak Chahal of Binary Stream. Lak, introduce yourself to the audience and let them know what Binary Stream does.
Thank you, Rick. Lak Chahal, President and CEO of Binary Stream Software. We are basically an ISV born in the channel. We originally started in the Great Plains space. We have over 2,000 customers. We specialize. We have a number of products in basically a number of industries and verticals. Our solution is really kind of integral part of the ERP, where we basically help valued resellers or opportunities in Dynamics space to be able to win deals. So these are not small utility; these are large-scale enterprise. What we call is enterprise-level products we have. So really excited about the opportunities in Dynamics 365 space as well.
So, when we first talked a few weeks ago about your business, I was shocked to hear you had over 2,000 customers that you supply an ISV product for. So you've been in the Microsoft channel for over 20 years as an ISV. So can you talk a little bit about sort of the history, where you were, where you started, and where your company is today, and what are some of the new products that you're building?
Yeah, so we started originally in the like we mentioned, the dynamic GP space, and really originally sort of we started with the smaller products, but the key thing was to build a great reputation in terms of making sure we look after our partners and our customers. From very earlier on, we always been kind of very channel centric. So what that means is that if you work with partners, you really need to provide value. You need to make sure you never let them down. Make sure you reduce the risk when you kind of bring products to market and so on. So for us, it was very important that for very early on, we want to do the best we can for our customers. So as we work through a number of valued resellers, we're very fortunate that in the channel we work with all the major players. I think in the GP space, not to kind of boast, but we're probably the top 5 ISP, and that really allowed us to work with some of the major players in our space and to be able to deal with a lot of complex opportunities where customers' needs has a lot of complexity. These are what I call is upper tier 2 or tier 1 space, or medium to kind of large customers. So through that process, we were able to build a strong IP in a number of our solutions. And as we kind of gone through, we were able to we were one of the early adopters with Microsoft. Like for instance, we were the first 20 ISVs went through the red carpet event to take our solutions to Dynamics 365. So that was a major decision for us when we start investing heavily into Dynamics 365, both finance and operation and business central. And that was a decision that was really worthwhile kind of doing that. And really what we found was that we had to really transform ourselves from the point of view of the teams we have in terms of technology, but also making sure that we can launch our solutions in Dynamics 365 as well.
So let's talk a little bit about sort of your migration, from Great Plains into Dynamics 365. And if we look at, some of the areas you're starting to develop. Now, I know you've got some technology that's really interesting around subscription management. Talk a little bit about that product and some of the other products you're developing for D365.
So in all of our products, what we notice is there are a number of components that are needed in there. One is the scalability. The second one is the compliance. To me, is any solution that you have to really make sure that your solution is comprehensive and can scale well, and make sure it's compliant. So that's one thing with subscription management. We now have the solution for all 3 platforms for Dynamics 365 F&O, Business Central, as well as for GP. And what we do is we basically do all the way through, all the way end to end, in the sense that managing contracts to revenue expense deferrals, making sure that we are ASC 606 compliant, as well as IFRS 15 as well. So really, in terms of for us to be able to really build a strong, scalable solution, we have to make sure we cover the depth that's needed to be able to scale in terms of dealing with hundreds and thousands of invoices, right? As well as making sure we are kind of ASC 606 compliant as well.
So on the subscription management, so who is the target customer for that application?
So for us, the target customers could be anything from our valued reseller, for instance, if they're managing their business in terms of, they may have legacy contracts from the past on-premise as well as subscription-based, to actually many different industries. Anybody who monetizes on a subscription basis, whether they're looking at MRR or ARR and they're looking at churn, these are the areas that we really shine in terms of having a solution. Right now, we're seeing a lot of uptake on technology-based companies. Technology sector is huge, where companies could be hardware, software, services, on-premise, as well as in the cloud, So we can really handle a lot of scenarios in there, and it's really all depends on what kind of engines you got running underneath in your solution to be able to make sure you can cover a lot of complex scenarios in contracts, as well as revenue and expense deferrals as well.
Now, you also have a real estate application. Tell us a little bit about that product.
That's right. So in parallel with the subscription management, we have a property lease management solution that allows us to basically cover both what we call is asset leases, leases in the equipment management space, as well as property management side as well. So we were very fortunate that very early on we were able to build a strong presence in property management in especially commercial and retail space, and really our solution kind of is comprehensive in the sense that we can manage, like some of our big customers. One of our big customers is 22 premium shopping malls in New York State. So we have big airports in New York, or if you look at the big brands, right? I won't mention the names of the companies, but many sort of customers we have are large scale, where we bring together a knowledge of property management as well as leasing management into those areas. Combined with, to be honest, also multi-entity management there as well.
Okay, excellent. So, from your company, Binary Stream, where do you see it going forward? What are some of the sort of next products or direction you want to take your organization?
So some of the exciting things happening for us, where previously we were very much based in North America, most of our customers in US, right? What we are seeing with the Microsoft Dynamics 365 growth, that's going to allow us to build a worldwide presence. So right now we already having customers in Europe, in Australia, in further, even we have opportunities in Singapore and so on. So what's really helping us is that we are seeing, even though it's COVID time right now, we are seeing a huge amount of uptake in terms of opportunities, both in F&O as well as Business Central. And we have already we got pretty amazing numbers already on all our three solutions. So subscription management, property lease management, multi-entity. And the fourth area we obviously have is the healthcare space, where we have supply chain for hospitals and long-term care as well. So I think for us, we're really looking at a very bright future for us to be able to build a presence, throughout the world at the moment.
So, Lak, I see you're taking advantage of both the Microsoft co-sell program and Microsoft AppSource, which is the portal for ISV products in the Dynamics world. And I can see how those programs are taking you from a real regional player, as you were saying, in North America, to become a global software company. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, this is the exciting journey, Rick, for us that, like I mentioned, that we launched our solution on the AppSource and their preferred solution. We're going to be preferred badge there from Microsoft as well. So what we've seen is it's really helping us to to scale the leads and the opportunities we are building and building presence with our partners as well. So for us, this is exciting that we can definitely, at a much lower cost, to be able to have a worldwide presence where we're already having opportunities from Europe, from Asia, from other parts of the world. So it's exciting to see that especially the app source has been amazing for us, that we can integrate back into our Dynamics 365 CRM or CE. So for us, that's been great. And the co-sell program, we just started about a year ago, but we are now kind of basically, again, leveraging fully in terms of how it can help us to really work closely with the Microsoft sellers as well. So we're seeing opportunities directly with working with the Microsoft on many of our solutions as well.
So, Lak, it looks like Binary Stream is really going to move to that next level as a software organization. So it was great talking to you today, and I'm going to follow up with another conversation at some point to find out what's going on with Binary Stream. But thank you for your time.
Thank you, Rick. I think one point I want to mention on the closing is that it's all about people, whether it's our partnership with our partners we work with in the channel, as well as Microsoft, but also the team that we have in Binary Stream. So one thing I'm really proud of our team, the kind of culture we built, and it's exciting to go through this journey.
All right. Have a great day.
Thank you very much, Rick.